Hello, universe. What's going on? Doing some Arkunaitsu today. We've got trials for Navigator available, and we've got actor.ex's. I haven't done the EXs yet. I see this stage only has 5 days left, so we may as well do them now. The audio might be a little bit jink. Not like crunchy or anything, but it might be a little bit too loud or too quiet, and I apologize, but I will try to fix it on the go. We'll start with ADEX1. I don't know how difficult these are going to be. I don't know how appropriately to prepare for them, but I guess we'll just swing with this team and we can switch to another one. I'm not too, heavily married to the idea of doing a challenge team for this. Who knows what I was doing with this team ahead of time? I don't know. Let's see proper. This event had some interesting mechanics. Alright, well, we don't have any deployment point generation, which is great and all, but we're probably going to want to change that. Ah, I see. So I don't have a great way to deal with those far away. I can put the Pepinator down, but I don't think she can sustain right now. We have skill 2 on Monster. Techno's probably a good place now. Let's kind of let them fight amongst themselves. That is the name of the game for this stage. I can't tell how ultra screwed we are. It seems like we're fine, which is usually like how it is before everything goes terribly wrong. Seems like as long as these are fighting amongst themselves, we're in pretty good shape, though. Thinking we're good to clear unless these do like a real tremendous amount of AoE damage. Nah, they don't do nothing. So glad I got Techno. She really goes off quite hard. I will do the EX immediately, or the challenge, excuse me. DP generation is decreased. Well, would you know, I just complained about that, so let's take a hot second to reevaluate what we're bringing to the table right now. We didn't use the Pepinator, and I don't think we necessarily need her, but we should probably bring someone like Myrtle to help out with that issue that had been created. We're also running 3 tanks, so I think I'll drop Neural as well. Maybe for Inez. Maybe a little bit of overkill on that front. I should probably go something else like Chiav. Perhaps the bag Pipe for the quicker upkeep. Look at that, Inez is just chilling underneath an epic battle. Living her best life. We have a bit of a different setup this time. Definitely want to break these as soon as we can, so that the destined heroes start not killing us extremely quickly. Alright, should be easy breezy now. The stage shouldn't be meaningfully different. Other than the fact that we are spending, or I guess, accumulating less deployment points. Isn't that so strange that it's called, like, DP, deployment points, but it's a C in the bottom left? I guess it's because it's like the currency, I guess? I don't heckin' know. Either way, this should be as good as done. Thorns is KO'd, but the Moen is kind of obliterating what's left. Ish. I guess we don't have a Techno to tank for us currently. Alright, hold on. This ain't funny no more. Okay, now we're fine. Surprised that we didn't have them in range long enough to get the villain or whatever it's called. Wanted? Maybe it's wanted. On to EX2. Okay. So we can only point this left or right. When outside the filming area, attacks inflict nervous impairment. Well, this looks like a real pain to deal with. Maybe thorns can tank them for long enough here to not get nervously impaired? Okay, we're good. I don't really know how we want to deal with this problem, though. I guess we can head them off. They'll only be blocked by allies inside the filming area, so we clearly want the filming area to go this direction now. Alright, Inez actually just went off like extremely hard, so it was not even necessary to turn it yet, but we probably want a fast deploy unit to make it so it's more viable to turn easier and quicker. If they don't spawn anything ranged and just kind of do this, we might not have to interface with the mechanic at all. As our damage is quite high. I should detonate these so Techno can make little duders. Yeah, I'm thinking we're fine. Techno is just way too good. Hold on just one moment. We might be in trouble. Okay, Thorns can tank now, so we should be fine. I didn't realize Exu's skill went down and that was so much of our damage. We have Inez to snare people in the big damage area, but we don't have that luxury on this side. This being said, with Thurnar sitting there in the middle, we should be good to go. And mission accomplished on that one. We will do the challenge mode next. DP cost of specialist operators increased. Well, we are running a specialist operator, actually. I was going to say it doesn't affect us at all, but we are running 2 of them. So it affects us at least a little bit. Really hoping we have just enough damage to do it. We don't. Wolfenite will be able to clean up barely. It's effectively the same setup we had before. Sans having the snares from Indigo, so I'll put Indigo up here. This should just be fine on its own, hopefully. With the snares from Inez on left and Thorn's able to think on right, there should be no issue. It just dawned on me, and this is gonna sound like maybe a little dumb. I'm not super familiar with the Shapecaster or Shapercaster archetype, but I noticed that every time that Techno's skill ends, all of the little duders like despawn and respawn. I couldn't figure out why, and I think I figured out. It's because her attack range changes, which means they need to be replaced because some of them will end up in the bigger attack range. They can only exist in attack. So like this one over here can only exist while this skill's up. So once their skill ends, they'll be repositioned downwards. Or just despawned altogether if there's no space for them. Either way, it's a cool archetype. Big fan of it. I think one of the newer units, the newer, like, I don't know if she was limited or not, but I think one of the newer 6 stars is also that archetype. It is a cool archetype. There are many like it, but I mean, it's actually kind of unique. It's like a summoner, but you don't gotta think about it. It definitely feels like snares are the big winners of this kind of content. Is that a push and pull one? It is. Strange. I don't know why we would need that yet. Anguish Designer. Afraid to face the camera. Takes reduced physical and arts damage from the front. Inflicts nervous impairment when blocked or... I assume it was when blocked. I thought there was another part of it, but now I don't know if there's another part. I'd rather not block it if possible. The long and short. I'm gonna pull back Myrtle here. Oh, I was a little bit late to get Papyrus down. That's a shame. Ooh, I do see the problem. We do need that light. I didn't have to recall Thorns there. No, we're gonna lose because I'm dumb. How can I salvage this? I don't think I can. And Maybe with really precarious timing. Ah, okay, it's not nearly enough damage. I think maybe I'll swap Papyrus out for a, just for the value of clearing out the debuffs in this. So I am a Papyrus fan. I'm also a fan of finishing this event because I've been kind of like... My schedule's been very packed lately, so it's been tough to do these events sooner rather than kind of last second. Obviously getting it done as soon as it's available is the ideal, but it doesn't always pan out like that. Regardless, we find ourselves once more into the breach. Honestly, having Techno on the lower side to tank would be a heck of a lot better than what I had before. However, this will be fine. We'll set up Lemoine again to help out. And hopefully now Thorns will be able to manage to tank without getting ultra conked. With a bonus of Lemoine actually surviving. So it looks like we're actually like ultra cooking instead of mostly cooking. Exu's burst damage is gnarly. Like, I'm sure this isn't like news to anyone. I haven't really had much of a chance to use her or Lemoine. I used them a little bit in the previous event, the one that was focused around them. Which, by the way, I meant to read but I didn't get around to, so I gotta break out ye old online story reader website. That thing is sick. More English designers appear. I'm gonna assume that means that they appear on the top side as well rather than just the bottom side. I'm gonna hope that brute forcing is going to be just as sufficient, but we'll see. Time will certainly tell. I did mark that today's stream is going to be a shorter one. Reason being is I've just got stuff to do today and got lunch plans probably. So I don't want to be a goober and mess that up. I may also stream in the afternoon if my schedule is more open, which it might be. And if it is, I'll probably stream again. If not, I might just do some recording or something. We'll see. Okay, well there's the first batch of them. They're going to be tough to kill, but I'm hoping that Exu will be able to break through anyways. Exu can break through, but it's still not the easiest. I'm hoping that we don't get too many more. There's another one. And a skill. At least Techno's having all of her value show up there. Because she is successfully tanking them. Buys us a lot of time and makes nervous impairment go on to the puppet dancers instead of Inez. Oh my god, that damage is disgusting. Oh, I should have absolutely saved it, but should be fine since we're tanking it over there on the puppet dancers. And that's sufficient, cool. Yeah, those puppet dancers are so good. I'd say people sleep on it, but I have no idea if people sleep on techno or not. Haven't the fuzziest. But if you are sleeping on techno, check her out. Maybe that's the play you're looking for. I don't like what this stage is bringing to the stage currently. If that makes any sense. Are those unplaceable tiles? I think they are. They are. It's a shame. I think I'm gonna recall Techno, maybe a little bit early, but I don't think she's gonna bring too much to the table right now. I don't know what we want to do with this camera. I imagine we want it forward, I just don't know why we want it forward. Is that a placeable tile too? It is. These guys are not... They're not able to be blocked. Okay, so I see they run down the bottom lane, so maybe that's why we want to put it downwards. Alternatively, I see a absolutely diabolical location for a loop shooter. So let me see if we can set up that as well. Drop Indigo for the moment, and we will grab, I don't know why I'm looking at things, Narantuya. There's like the Narantuya lane that I just identified. I might be able to just finish most of the stage with just Narantuya there. Look at that. Alright, she doesn't go for them. Good to know. But she does clear him out pretty quick, I'll give her that. I don't really know what the enemies are going to be looking like coming through here. I guess we should put thorns in the light just to be safe. And now I'm hoping with this all cleared out. I see. Okay, so we'd want it facing this way now to kill them. Maybe we don't want it facing... Maybe we just want it facing that way the whole time. Maybe we pull back Myrtle and then put Techno here. Because with Narantuya here, I'm thinking we just GG, because everything comes right into the light. I think this is just like the Narantuya lane trademark. They're also spawning the people that fire the VHS tapes out. Oh man, kids nowadays aren't gonna know what VHS tapes are. I mean, kids nowadays don't. Right? I've heard of kids in college classes not sure what the floppy disk on the save icon is, and that really... that got me messed up. Oh yeah, that was definitely the Narantuya lane, for sure. There was a not insignificant amount of Tuya being Narend. More artistic extras will appear, and artistic extras are invisible. I am sorry? Are those the ones that can only be blocked when the light's on them? If so, I could see this being more than a little bit annoying. Not impossible, mind you, just annoying. I need to pull back. Okay, it totally is that. So we're gonna have to tank this first batch, it looks like. Because they're invisible, we have to tank them, but it's really expensive for our current things we can afford. Alright, now we just can't afford it with this. I was thinking that maybe we could slam down Inez with Exu's skill, but I think we'd have to be a little bit faster with our brain cells rubbing together. I think instead we're going to do a setup very similar to what we did previously, where we had this pointed down at the very beginning. Just to deal with the first set of them. I think I'm going to recall Inez pretty early on. And I'm hoping that by putting Inez down here, we'll have time to KO. Ooh, that's a real heckin' big problem. I'm gonna have Lutenata tank. Don't think these enemies have any particular gimmicks. We're just gonna brute force this first one, even though they're not in the lane. Have Lutenata skill pump. Glad that they still count as being tanked. I was very concerned that they weren't going to. This is real heckin' awkward. Going to put down Inez here. And now Naruto's skill should be enough to obliterate these. Lutenata is still like fighting for her life, and I'm really grateful for her being capable of so much. Lutenata has won the Eternal War. I don't know if we should recall her yet. I'm gonna hold on to her for just 1 second. I don't remember what's left in here. I'm going to recall her so that we don't lose everyone here. I know that there's one more group of these enemies that come through. We can point the camera down. We have plenty of resources still. Alright, we're good. That was a cool stage, not too complex. Simple to the point. Okay, let's see what we got going on in this one. Looks like we have cameras, but they're heavily guarded. We also have an exit ramp here. I believe this camera will only shoot in front and not on the side, so there's no way for us to bask these two in the light unless we bask both them at once, which might be possible. I don't know exactly what will happen if we bask two of them at once. It seems like what we really want is to put the camera forward, though. Let's not misread the situation. But I think killing these enemies is a lot of effort. Oh my gosh, there are people even coming out already. Interesting. I guess we are intended to kill one of these pretty quick. It feels kind of difficult though. Maybe I'm forgetting what one of their mechanics are. We're gonna need a lot of ground units for this stage, it seems. I forgot what these enemies do. They drop something when they get KO'd, or when they're in the light, they stop moving. I think it's when they're in the light, they stop moving. We are heckin' ultra cooked. As that enemy will go all the way home. Okay, I was able to turn the light, but unfortunately that's not enough. We don't have enough ground units. This stage requires a crazy amount of ground units, holy. Maybe it doesn't require it. Let me take a step back. Saying it requires it implies that it actually requires it, but it would be much easier with them for how I understand it. I don't think I have many compositions with a lot of ground units. Oh, no, this one's got plenty. Also some nice positioning available for Typhon. It's always appealing to see. Who do we want to set up here? I guess Kazemaru? Okay, we were able to kill it like I was hoping. Such a strange stage. A lot going on. I think we want to change it now so that the light is going a separate direction. Okay, so I want to remove Kazemaru. Point the light up here for now. Our top side is like really underdefended still. We want to move Viv at some point too so that the light's facing a different way. Wait a minute, that's not what I wanted. Maybe we'll be fine. Maybe we won't be fine? Are those the ones that can't be blocked? They can be blocked for sure. Some way, somehow they can be blocked. There's a lot of heckin' spaghetti we're bringing to the stage right now. I guess we just want to point the cameras upwards for the most part. Wow, look at how many of these are just those enemies. Yeah, we definitely want to keep this camera facing upward. Even if it's at the cost of, oh no, they're all gonna wake up in a second. Okay, they're not gonna wake up even if we're stunned. I thought they were gonna wake up because we were stunned. Cool, 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 cool. Weird. Okay, so I think it's just have Typhon kind of brute force the damage down on those ones. I guess you could do a little bit of moving the angles of the cameras, but this left one pointing upward is like the most paramount part of the setup. I doubt I'll have enough time to get Viv set up. Maybe it'll save the stage a few seconds. Having a good self-sustaining tank there is seemingly enough to survive. As Typhon will just tear apart everything. Most important thing is getting that left one pointing upwards as soon as possible, which we'll see how the challenge mode changes that. Additional lighting props will appear on the battlefield. Okay, well it doesn't seem so bad, but you can never really tell. That's like mildly inconvenient. Not that bad. Might actually be a buff for our deployment point generation. I had set up before Kazemaru. I think I'm going to set her up here instead. I'm going to play under the expectation that I'm going to not turn this anywhere but upwards. Means I want to get Golden Glow out here very early. This is a little bit brute forcey with Typhon just having really high raw damage, making this more viable. But it's okay. As long as it works, it's okay. If it stops working, it's no longer okay. Turn this into a Viviana bubble. And see if we can hold. Leaving it just to Mulesies to solo this one side is a little bit daunting, but we seem to be fine. That was very scary. I forgot they do necrosis damage, so Shu almost just bit dirt. Having a healer that can get rid of necrosis would have fixed that problem altogether, though. I just don't have one right now. In this current composition that we are running on this blessed day. Seems like these guys tend to stop every few steps too, which is nice. Is this the end? There should be more, right? I only see 4 up here. Unless they're stacked, which is totally possible. Either way, I'm gonna get Viv down much earlier this time. Viv's module did so much for her. I mean, she was already really fun to play, but man, it feels even better. It does seem like these are the remainder of the enemies. The last of them. Caper should be pretty good at helping out with this. There we go. Nice and clean. Another easy stage. Not too bad. Alright, EX6 is up next. So far, so good. I don't know why I put Myrtle in between 2 red boxes, if I'm being straight 100 with you. Don't know what was going through the old noggin on that one. So if I were to give it a guess, I'd say probably not a whole heck of a lot was going through the old noggin on that one. However, we will hopefully persevere. We only have 1 off-ramp here. Thinking we probably want to put Shu here. These enemies can only be blocked while in the light. I don't know if it'll count if she's 1 tile down. I'm gonna have Viv out here just trying to cause some havoc. By cause some havoc, I mean clear out some of these annoying puppet-like enemies in the props they put down. It does seem like putting Myrtle there was not all that bad in practice. Nice little surprise. Myrtle's like, I'll take part in Pacific Rim. Uh-oh. That is unfortnite, but not the end of the world. We never got a heal down from Shu because I just wasted it on nothing, which ended up being not that problematic, but it did in fact become a lost Typhon when we needed her most. And a Myrtle too. I don't want to be disrespecting the value a Myrtle brings to a team. However, it appears that we have won once more, so let's go straight into the challenge mode of the stage as well. Doctor, you are right. Alright, let's go CM. Lighting props have increased max HP. It's not my favorite thing, but it also could be a heck of a lot worse, probably. I think we'll do something similar this time and maybe just not waste Shu's skill randomly. Maybe even set up Amiya a little ahead of time. We're getting wacky today. We did start with Typhon, and I think we'll do the same thing this time. And put down Inez after. And start juicing up Typhon. Giving her the capability to skip the charge up for her skill would be so nice. At least for skill 2, obviously. Skill 3 and 1 don't apply for that. Alright, so I think this time I'm going to put Golden Glow attacking up here to help out. And then Nightingale here. In addition, we're going to put Amiya down over here. Hopefully Amiya can help heal a little bit as well. Alright, let's see the Pacific Rim going down. It's funny, I've never actually seen Pacific Rim. My mom's actually offered, like, not offered to me a few times, but she's been like, oh my god, we should watch Pacific Rim, we should watch Pacific Rim. And I'm like, I've never seen it before. She's like, you would love it. And I was like, would I love it? She's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, alright, now to check it out. She's like, let me go see if it's free on the TV. I'm like, oh, mama. We can check, but the chances are they're going to want us to rent it. That's like what they do nowadays. She doesn't like that very much. So then we'll look for it, and it turns out it won't be free, so then we watch something else. Ends up being Real Steel. Real Steel was good too, though. I was about to throw some unnecessary flack at Real Steel. That movie actually went quite hard. Surprisingly solid is how I would describe it. I guess the reason why I'd say surprisingly solid is because I had no expectations for it. I don't know how similar it is to Pacific Rim, just that that's what we watched instead of Pacific Rim, because Real Steel was free with ads, and Pacific Rim wasn't. And my sort of stepdad at the time was really angry anytime. I'm going to talk about Real Steel a little bit here. I hope I'm not like spoiling this for anyone, but it's the premise of the movie is that it's about basically robot boxing. Like, that's a very bad descriptor of what it actually is, but that's like the very, very core of what it is robot boxing. Anytime there was like any form of like basic human emotion shown in the entire movie, like start to finish, my sort of stepdad would just like groan and complain and say some stuff that I probably can't feasibly say currently. Alright, Myrtle is heckin' DED dead. Unless... I know, Myrtle's DED dead. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm being straight up cash money with you. It looks like if we keep our boy in the light with his buff, he can deal with basically everything. We still have the caveat of that fellow over in the corner, who does a tremendous amount of damage, which seems to be where our problem is going to begin and end. However, oh, right, I forgot. It like goes through, wait, where does it go? Okay, it just comes back around. All right, we're good. We're cash money AFRN, as they say. Do they say that? I don't know. You tell me. This is your area of expertise, not mine. Hit him with the Waga Yaiba. I think what we'll probably do is set up Shu here. I mean, following this logic, they'll keep crunching this person over and over again, but they should never kill them. Was what I was going to say. But the comical timing police showed up to Crushma. I know what you're thinking. Nico, what the heck is Crushma? Hate to break it to you, it's Crush My Bones. You know, Viv will have a much higher chance of surviving here, thinking about it. She's like a perfect position for that. What is happening on this side of the world? Mr. Pacific Rim, you gotta get to work. I know it's my fault somehow, but I need you to start popping off. As I believe the precipice of our defeat has come amogus. It has indeed come to us. Now, I wonder if that's because we didn't hold it for long enough, so they didn't get enough time to kill. I'm guessing that's the thing, is that we just need to put down Viv there, like, immediately. Which, again, I think the stage is basically free if that's the case. It might also require some more input, and if it does, Typhon is going to be the solution there as well. So I think we're basically good to go. I'm going to just not kill Myrtle immediately. I'll kill her later, obviously. Not immediately. Put down Viv. Put down Inez. For the record, I was joking about killing off Myrtle later. I'm hoping that she survives. Oh. That's kind of an incredible rookie mistake I just made. So I am instead going to hope that Shu will be able to maintain the healing, which is a much taller order than I had intended to place upon Shu in this stage. Can I activate the skill? Holy, my micro is heckin' non-existent, basically. Okay. We're gonna pull back Myrtle now. We're gonna go and have Kazemaru tank here. And hope that Kazemaru can, like, effectively solo tank this. Which I think she can. She is 2-block defaultly. Most major threats are gonna be looking the wrong way. Typhon is now set up. The hero is still going off, but Typhon is the hero that we personally need. As long as we keep the spotlight on the hero and keep Typhon keeping them in check, hopefully we'll be fine. Honestly, I don't know how fine we're going to end up being. The hero just walks into a hole at the end. I thought... That's kind of like a poetic outlook on life, I'll give you that. But I thought that the hero had just, like, run out of juice. But the hero just straight up walks into a hole. Like, I'm not even making that up right now. How's it going? The way to God, and I appreciate the Sippy Redeem as well. Please be sure to stay hydrated and not walk into a hole. Those are your 2 doctor's orders. Do you think this thing has enough health? Maybe we're hitting something underneath it. There's 2 of them stacked here. I was kind of clowning about the health considering that Paper is hitting so hard. I believe that there's actually 2 of them stacked, so it doesn't look as bad as it actually is. Yeah, that's what it is. being a little dramatic. I've known to be a bit of a drama llama on my day. I'll confess it to be true. I'm like out of water. I need to go get more water after this. Alright, let's move on to challenge mode next, which changes it. One tile on the battlefield is no longer available for deployment. Sentient mannequins have increased movement speed. Depending on that tile, that could be either completely negligible or completely devastating, which, you know, so it goes. I'm hoping it's the one to the left of the exit box, or the one to the right of the exit box. That's fine. It's not like the most ideal spot, but it's fine. I understand why they did it there that way, but what they're doing, it does not affect my strategy basically at all. So while I see what they did there, I don't know if I care. To be determined if I care or not. I want to get Typhon set up so that she can start ripping fat deeps over to that direction. In addition, I'm going to set up Nightingale a little bit early. It looks like we needed her last time. Now, what else can we do to ensure a successful finishing act of this? I wish we had another tank to slam down here prematurely. I guess Kazemaru will be a sufficient choice for that. I'll drop Myrtle now and I'll set up Kazemaru a little bit early. We don't want Kazemaru for much of anything except for to like tank these enemies' shots when they come up. We want her and we want the Mirage to do it, and hopefully just really not letting Typhon take a hit is the goal. Their enemies already getting through, which surprises me a little bit. With our setup, it should be just fine. Thankfully, whenever they hit this light here, we're good to go. Oh my god, it's already the end of the stage. Okay, that was a lot quicker than I had anticipated. That explains why they're getting through so quickly. Because it's not actually quickly at all. We will have one more of Nightingale summoned, and that should be fine to clear the challenge mode. Not quite AFK, but it's pretty close. Still think it's a respectable turnout. Alright, normally the 7 stage gives us a lot of trouble, but I would say that maybe because of how good Viv works at solo tanking over there, it didn't give us much of a problem at all. Mudrock would have had a very similar situation, but I think that Viv was better for that specific one. Alright, let's send it on this stage. I don't remember the boss from this stage. I remember they had some gimmick. I mean, every boss has a gimmick. It's kind of a dumb thing to say, huh? I don't remember it at all. We have one of the Pacific Rim dinosaurs in the corner. We need to use melee units to reposition these unless we position them right or down respectively. But if we position this one right, we're immediately going to get conked. Oh. Hello, Tragolia? Tragadolia? Tragugu, whatever your name is. I don't know if we want you in the spotlight or not. I think our first attempt is going to be... maybe not cursed, but... I think it might lack the requisite level of blessing we need to survive. That makes sense. So these enemies will run around the top here and then into the bottom. I need to read what this boss actually does to prepare. I need to know basically if I need to have the light on him or not, and if he doesn't need the light on him, then great. That is a very easy solution. But I would like to read Tragodia, what do you have? Takes greatly reduced physical and earth damage when attacked by units located outside of the filming area. So our units need to be in the filming area to do good damage. After a few attacks, next attack gains increased attack. Whenever a nervous impairment versus one of your units, it does an AoE of it as well, which is very unfortunate. Creates a barrier around one camera, disabling it. Okay, so we don't want the boss in the camera. I guess it doesn't matter if the boss in the camera. It's immune to sleep, frozen, and stun, but not immune to necrosis damage. We want our units to be in the light. Gosh, there's a lot that goes on in this stage. We can't really do much about the upper right corner unless we kill that dinosaur very quickly, but I don't know if we want to. The boss also hurts really bad, so I think the sooner we get set up, the better, but obviously, you know, it's not like we're deliberately setting up slow or anything. Maybe just making a really strong central defensive formation is what we need. But I don't know what we need to do about the lights yet. That's the other like really big issue. Right, the boss has spawned in. What do we want to do about the cameras? If we face this one forward, do we get hit? We do get hit. I could sustain, but I would need to dedicate AF Yala to it. Maybe it's worth it? No, it's not, because I just turned the camera around. I could have someone... How much health does this thing have? I think we're gonna lose. I mean, that doesn't have that much health, actually. Okay, so the nervous impairment from having the camera facing not the proper direction is certainly unavoidable. Maybe we want to burst down that enemy really quickly to clear out that spot. I'm thinking maybe we drop Exu and then use her skill and then use that camera safely, and that might give us enough area to like not sweat it. Great, so that does clear that out. Now we're a little bit on the back foot though. We're a lot of it on the back foot. I should have done a different drop there. I should not have put Ines there, is what I'm currently experiencing. I think I'm gonna call back Exu now that she's done what she needs to. We need another light up already though to be able to block enough of these. We're going way too slow. Oh no, right, those enemies go all the way around. The nervous impairment begins now. Oh, we healed the wrong target. GG. I don't know why Myrtle took priority for the healing. I guess she was at slightly less health. I mean, she's probably at a lot less health just because we're max health. I should have recalled Myrtle. That would have been fine, I think, then. Wondering if... I mean, Exu should be fine. I was thinking we could do, like, Texas or someone else instead. I don't think we can put Yato all the way up there. I feel like these are undeployable tiles. They are. Now we have like a bunch of deployment point generation. I think we'll set up logos to help with AoEing and stuff. Question is, what do we do with Lemuin? I guess we'll put her down here too. I forgot to put down my healer. That's going to be a real problem in like 2 seconds. Every time that goes down, it's a real heckin' threat on our livelihood, on our lives. I may be able to have Mudrock tank the boss, which might take a lot of stress off us. This is a problem now because we're not going to be able to successfully tank this. I mean, we can tank them when they get to here, but Thorns only has 2 tanking, so I think we're dead currently. Mudrock is already stunned. We're going to leak 1, so I'm going to just let it go through. We could swap out Thorns for a 3rd tank. That might not be a bad idea. Oh, there's a lot of nonsense going on. Alright, let's just give it a go again. Let's just give it a go again. I've got some ideas on things to change. One of which is having Thorns sustain. Thorns should stay at full health the entire time. Maybe I'm committing too much into killing this enemy up here. That's one of the things I'm thinking is a real possibility. I may be able to ignore it altogether, because if I put Thorns here instead... Thorns should have healed up on his own if I left him there, maybe? Okay, I'm gonna put down the healer first. Thorns does clear these pretty quick with the dot. That's kind of what I was hoping for. It was in fact part of the dream. Gonna put Mudrock down here to tank, and hopefully she can tank all three of them. We'll get Thorns set up as well. So we have at least a little bit of a foothold. Okay, we just lose if the game ever gets to that state. We could just break out the heavy guns, you know? The quite literally heavy guns. Oh my god, Wichita looks so different with that outfit. I like couldn't find her. I was like looking for the color gray, looking for the color red. So my thought process is, I guess we'll put it that's here. Maybe Thorns can just self-sustain without needing to dedicate to killing that ad. If we put Thorns here, he will heal as long as he hasn't taken damage for a while. He will get necrosis and stuff from time to time, but it might just be like, fine, you know? I think I went too hard on cost. Okay, we were able to sustain it. It looks like Thorns barely can't sustain, which is unfortunate. But it also means that with a little bit of healing, he should be fine. Question is, can we dedicate a healer down here to keep Thorns in the area? I just kind of put Wishadel there because that seemed to be like the primary spot of where all the nonsense happens, in hopes that there was some sort of like something that happened and that we were able to hold for a little bit maybe. And we did seem to hit a point in which we were able to hold, which is nice. Never mind. Thorns got stunned somehow, I don't know how. Maybe we do want to dedicate and kill that person early. Let's play it through. See if there's more threats. Okay, so more of those spawn, which is good to learn. I think Thorns is still a very solid option for this. This is a little bit worrying, but seems like they can hold just fine. At least with AS Gillum. Thorns' skill is fully up now. Not that it matters too much, because he's not really doing too much damage with it. I could put down Golden Glow, which I think I'll do, and just have her skill on occasion. Mudrock can seemingly permanently hold over there. Perhaps if we set up read earlier, we won't have the little hiccup we had before. Because if read gets CC'd, that's no big deal. Okay, phase 2. The boss seems really squishy when we oh nope, there it goes. What? Hold on, what time is it? Yep, no, it looks like we are at the exact time Arknights has to crash for the stream. Glad that we made it. I think we had a good idea. I mean, that wasn't going to be our clear or anything. Hello, Ko. Did you arrive just to crash my Arknights? You can just tell me you want me to do Dark Souls instead. How's it going, T? Sorry for putting the burden on you that you crashed my Arknights. I want shapes. Oh, I want shapes too. I just don't have a lot of time to do a stream right now, so I wanted to fit this in. This is on my to-do list as well. Would they ever make any more servers of this game? It's always so weird to me when gacha games have servers. I think Azure Lane does it. Whoops, we want to go to EX. That's better. You got plans? Just lunch. I got lunch plans. Calling them plans is pretty big too. But my roommate is worked from home today and said we should have lunch together, and I was like, alright. I didn't realize there was a camera right here. Alright, let's not overcommit here. I want Thorns to be down here to start. We need Saria as well. Now we can put down Reed. Reed might just get hit at the start though. She seems like she's barely out of range, thankfully. Now we'll put down the star of the show. You know her, you love her. A beast by any name is still a cockroach. I don't know exactly what that means, but it sounded pretty insightful, so I'm gonna stick with it. Okay. Mudrock will not be able to hold the boss here this whole time. However, I just wanted... I don't even know what leaked or how it leaked. Alright, we'll have to run it back, that's fine. I wanted to buy ours some time because the timing I have on placing AFYAL is not very good. We leaked somehow and I did not notice how, which is a real heckin' problem for someone such as myself that did not really want to leak there. So that's cool. That's great. I'm glad. I'm not mad, you're mad. Oh, I'm Hayakuing. Believe you me. You haven't seen someone who can Hayaku with the speed that I Hayaku. You have no idea what I'm Hayu capable of. Maybe I should have you facing downwards so you can help out. I'm very surprised that you are in range to take hits from that. That's crazy town to me. Alright, we're a little bit thin. This should have fixed most of our problems, hopefully. Maybe I should save skill for that enemy to show up. That enemy might leak through because of the debuff. Oh my god, that's way too close. It still might not matter. Oh, okay, the board's cleared. Never mind, we're fine. Valid point, but at the end of the day, power creep happened, and we're all living it. You either power creep or be power crept. Which one would you like? Those are the only two options. Don't like it? Too bad. How'd you like sailing? It's pretty fun. I didn't dislike it. It was more fun than I thought it would be, and it was less jank than I thought it would be. Which is about as high as praise as I can give as someone that really wanted taming. Alright, well, the boss is dead. Are the final 11 enemies just these things? Seems like the answer is no. I'll have to get you to show me the stuff you got end up conking out. I didn't really do too much. I walked around, or I guess I boated around, and grabbed some more of the locales, whatever the heck they're called. The points of interest. Then I did the quest to unlock one of the activities, which was like really short. It does take a red berry pie though, so depending on your stance on red berry pies, you may be thrilled or disappointed. Having done necromancy, I'm certainly tired of making pies. Maybe it wasn't the craziest amount of pies, but I feel like there was a lot of pies you had to make over the course of that quest, or those quests. I didn't get nothing too special than that. I think I'm like level 16 or 17. Oh, I did buy the new boat at 15, because the quest pushes you from like, you can do it at like 12 or 13 or something, it pushes you up to like 17. You can buy the new boat at 15. My name was also pretty sick on that one too. It wasn't as good as the original one, but it was still pretty good. Different enemies will appear is one of the most like foreboding, messed up things I've seen in my life. My disappointment is immeasurable. My days ruined now that I have to make a pie. Well, it's OSRS, so it's easy escape. So they sell red berry pies in the cooking guild. I hope that helps. Well, we'll try to do this the exact same way we did it before, or at least very similarly how we did it before. These are, in fact, different enemies that have appeared, huh? We'll have to see how much this matters. I'm feeling like it's not going to be massive, but it might just be really massive and I'm not giving it enough credit. I could certainly see that being the case. What did I put here before? I think it was Lemoine. Maybe I'll do logos facing down, so that we can get a little bit more help clearing out that little choke point area. Okay, looks like we're not getting help, but that is okay. The important thing is not dying at this exact second, which is what we're working on. No, we're certainly working on it. We are working real hard on it. Really hard. Super hard. The hardest. That one hurts. I'm not gonna lie to you. That one hurts more than the rest of them did. The other ones were kind of like funny tee-hee each time someone would die. That one was not funny tee-hee. I wouldn't even go as far as saying that one was XD. That one just kind of sucked. That one was not my favorite thing that has ever happened. I wouldn't even make the top 8. I think we're dead, in spite of us like trying our best. We gotta run it back. But yes, OSRS easy escape. You can buy red berry pies thinking. Can you believe it? Unbelievable. Okay, let's not have everything fall apart this time. I think it was a lot more avoidable than I made it seem. Think we barely leak? We don't barely leak. Okay, cool. Now I'll set up thorns, now that we have like a second to breathe. Let's slow down the game a little bit. I need to think. What do I want to accomplish right now? I want to pull back Myrtle, and I want to pull back Inez, but I can't do that quite yet. I'm going to do it now. Hopefully Tragodia will focus on Saria in this specific setup, so that we can keep healing Saria. Maybe I should have gone skill 1. And hopefully with this, Thorns will be able to help out. Definitely want to ult here. Get all that necrosis off everyone, or I guess it's nervous impairment, not necrosis. Thorns skill 1 is up. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can solve the boss again for a little bit. There are a few more of these enemies that spawn, and they are real heckin' annoying. And it doesn't seem like this boss has a timer. I think someone once told me that bosses that are... Ooh, this is interesting. Bosses that are stationary will have a timer. Right, unfortunate. I was hoping that Mudrock would keep the aggro, but no big deal. The more things we deal with in phase 1, the better, because the boss is in like a palatable position. Although I don't like how far it's getting upwards. Being that Mudrock is already down, or functionally down, I'm gonna just call it here, and I guess I'll set up Logos. Hopefully Logos can help out a good chunk. Every time this camera turns off, it becomes like a real heckin' nightmare. The boss is actually like going around, which is not something I considered a possibility. I thought we would kill it before this point. If we can keep it there for long enough, Limuen should get it in her sight. Hopefully. Okay, she has in fact gotten sight of it, which is good. Oh man, that was like ultra spaghetti, but it worked out. Gosh. I really thought we were gonna kill it up here, but I guess Mudrock lost track of it. 100 face performer medal. Are there any other stages in this, or is that the whole thing? Thorns always comes in so clutch when it comes to some stationary thing you gotta smack. Alright, the ensemble coordinator medal. Let's see what else we need. Where is the medal? I always go to click at the bottom. Is it hidden up here? It's hidden up here. Looks like we have all of them but 2, and what we're missing is just spend 4,000 space bucks. Where's the trim? And we have already successfully trimmed it, as it looks very fancy. Cool, so with our trimmed metal and stuff, we just need to spend some in the shop. It's about 1,000, and fortunately we already have that, so that's just going to be an easy medal for us to finish. What do we need? Out of those things, send them to me. Module data blocks? I don't think we need them right now. Grindstone Penta Dehydrate? Love it. Can't get enough of it. One of my favorite things to eat when I'm hungry. That's sufficient. Oh, I should have got the caster chips. Those are like surprisingly good value per like effort put in. Either way, that's the medal done. Cool event. Really cool looking medals too. Is actor die completed? Looking at the time, I don't have time at this exact second to go do trials for Navigator. But I am glad that we managed to wrap up the other stuff. I got started a little bit later than I wanted to today. I wasn't going to stream this morning. I was just going to record and stuff. Then I figured I might stream later, but I might have stuff to do later, so I don't know. If I don't have stuff to do later, we'll either do some of this or we'll do shapes, because we haven't done shapes in some time now. I think last time we did shapes was like Monday or Tuesday. We'll do shapes, or we'll do more Arknights. But I'm going to wrap up for now again. Short stream. Sorry for it, but I appreciate you being around. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If I don't see you, I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.